My name is Patrick Dati, and I'm a survivor of child abuse, and I was a victim of child bullying and adult bullying, but now I'm speaking out. Please watch my video and see the life I lived and how I survived, because my goal is to help other people. I need you to help me to fund my book. The manuscript is written, and I'm ready to publish, but now I need funding. So if you could please reach out and help me, I would so much appreciate it, because we can help others who are victims. He began to bully me, in lack of better words. At that time, that's not what it was really called, but it was severe enough where I was beaten by him that caused me, between the ages of about 5 till 9 or 10, to be hospitalized for concussions, stitches in my head, my lip. And when my parents brought me to the emergency room, the doctors would always ask, what happened to your son? And my parents would use the excuse, boys will be boys. And that's, what it was brushed off to be. They were there to take care of my injuries, but I didn't feel like they were protecting me. It was right after the New Year's holiday, and it was a Saturday, and my cousins lived a block away from the department store, which is called Goblet's. It's no longer there. I lived about 4 blocks from the store. This particular day, my best friend, my brother, who was responsible for watching me, and my cousin went to my cousin's house. We were having a snowball fight, and the snow was coming down pretty heavily, and we wanted to get out of the cold. So we would usually go to the department store because they had a big candy store area, and we'd all pull together our change and buy candy and then sit in the stairwell of the store. And this particular day, after we got done eating our candy, we decided to play hide and go seek in the store. And I was chosen to be the first seeker, and they went off hiding. A few minutes after looking for them, I had to use the restroom, and I went up to the men's room and went into a stall and went to the bathroom. I heard one other person in the bathroom, and I heard him get up, and he went to the bathroom door, which I thought he had left. When I finished going to the bathroom, I came out and washed my hands, and then noticed he was at the door. As I approached the door, he locked the door inside, and he grabbed me with his hand by my mouth, and he turned me around, and he put a knife next to my neck, and he told me that he wanted me to follow him out to the parking lot and to get into his car with me. At this point, I was hysterical. I was crying, and I was screaming, and I was kicking. Even though he had a knife next to my neck, I wanted to get away. At this point, he knew he couldn't get me out of the store. So he had already locked the door. He threw me to the ground, took my clothes off, and raped me. After that, he left the store. I picked myself up, and frightened to death that he still might be out there, I ran out of the store and ran home and climbed into my closet in my bedroom. About an hour later, my brother came into the house, and he was screaming my name, and I was in the closet crying. Obviously, he had no idea what had happened to me. He pulled me out of the closet, and he said, I'm responsible for you. If Mom and Dad know that you left without me, I'm going to be in trouble. At that point, he beat me up until I was bleeding. Again, laid on the floor, had my head between my legs, and cried more. I wanted to talk to somebody. I had wished my parents had gotten me help with a psychiatrist or a therapist. At this point, I was about 15 years old, and that's when I started to experience with drinking and drugs, like most teens do. Although my friends were doing it because it was a thing to do, I did it to escape everything that was going on in my mind. And it was an outlet for me to not have to relive what was going on with both my brother and with now knowing that John Wayne Gacy was the person that raped me. I was seeing a psychiatrist for 14 years. For the past 14 years. I started to see him after my first divorce from my first wife. My therapist suggested that I start a journal and that he thought it would help me therapeutically to release the story about Gacy, to release the bullying of my brother. So I started a journal about 5 years ago, and several of my friends are writers, and I shared my journal with them. And they said, "Your story is unbelievable, you need to tell it." And I said, "Who would be interested in my story? And I'm not a writer." And they said, "This is a story that can help other people, you need to speak out." I still kept it running as a journal, but then I started to send it out to individuals that I thought would give me the opportunity to be a voice and to help others that have gone through something similar to me. So the journal is now a manuscript, and I'm looking at getting involved with doing public speaking so that I can help male and boy survivors of abuse and bullying, because most men and boys tend to hide and not disclose out of fear and of being believed, and that is exactly what I was. I was the same statistic.